if I got your interest in it, I'm going to have your vote come November. So I'm glad that you're here. Make sure you reach out to me. And once I get everybody around here, I want to make an announcement on a couple of things that we got moving forward right here. I'm pretty excited about. We've got, I think somebody told me earlier, about 58 days left, and we've been hitting the ground hard ever since I got back. And everybody's moving around here, so I'll just keep talking while we watch them. But 58 days left, and we're making a good run at this, and we're going to get even stronger. We've got a strong platform. We've mentioned some of the things that we're going to put in. I want to get the community involved more into the sheriff's office, and I want the sheriff's office involved into the community. And what I'm working on right now is, and I have been working on for about a year now, and really hard this past since I've got back at the first of the year. And I'm excited about the administration. One of the questions that people's ask is, your slogan is, it's time for a change. What am I going to do when I change it? Well, I'm going to bring in a strong administration that's fired up, making some impact on the community where we need it. And that's going to be hitting the drugs, and something that's dear to my heart is the schools. And I thank y'all. And as a leader, I'm not a reactive leader. I'm not going to wait for something to happen and then react to it. As a leader and as a sheriff for this community, it's my job is to see where some problems, some weaknesses is. And yeah, it's going to be funding issues. I know that. But the problem is you got to get out and you got to work for these grants to get those school resource officers in the schools. It can be done. It can be done, and it's going to be done. That's one of my first things I'm going to get in there is get these schools manned with my school resource officers, trained police officers in there, not only for the safety aspect and security for the staff and the students, but also for that role model. And I think that's one of the biggest things that they're saying. The obstacles is that it can't be funded, or it's going to cost too much. I think I even heard that it may even raise taxes. They're just not looking at the ways that it can be done. They just ain't looked at it. And it's going to be done, and I'll give you examples on how we're going to do it. But first of all, what I want to mention is my administration. And I know everybody is excited about who's going to be running this county in a few months. And I'm excited about the opportunity, and I appreciate everybody. Everybody that's taken time out, put all the hard work in every event, and we're getting out here and door to door. Understand, we can't get to every door, but we're working. And if we get communities meetings or anyone wants to come and talk, by all means, we'll get it scheduled out there. But our administration that we're working on and have worked on is the first gentleman. He's got over 30 years law enforcement experience. He's a retired police captain with over a decade of vice, that's drug work and criminal investigations. And I respect both of these gentlemen for years, and I trust them, and I out of my heart, I mean it deeply out of my heart, out of respect for both of them. I am honored that they would stand beside me and run with me and do the things that this county needs. And we all three of us, we know how dearly the county needs a change, and we're willing and ready. And we're all three retired, but when your county needs you and when your community needs you, there's no such thing as retirement. You're going to come out of that retirement and you're going to do what's put in your heart. First gentleman with over 30 years police officer experience, city police captain, vice, criminal, Marshall Thomas. Marshall, I've respected him probably over a decade ago, probably more than that. We were both in vice. Marshall was the lieutenant over vice at the time, and world of knowledge, of the drug world, what needs to be done, how to attack it. We've both got that passion on it. We've got that experience, and that's the the thing that I can't stand that people telling me is when you tell this current administration, they're either gonna say we're working on it, or it's just too hard. It ain't nothing we can do at this time. Uh, there's, I'm sorry. Or we'll be there an hour and you never see anybody there. It's a young department, and trust me, I understand. There's a lot of turnover that's been happening through the years. They've lost over 122 deputies in the last 7 years, and when I left and retired in October 2017, within a 16-month period, they lost over 33 deputies, and that's a big hit, and it's going to filter out to the services that the community is getting, and that's where we're at, and that falls strictly on your administration. If they can't retain your taxpayer dollars paying those deputies training, if they can't retain those best deputies on the street, it's going to hurt the citizens. It's going to hurt our community, and that's where we're at. So I'm going to bring back a lot of the deputies that's left for several reasons: the schedule, the treatment, and a lot of issues that's going on. And I think it's just where it's the current administration's been there for so long that you're going to get to where you quit taking care of your people and you take care of your own self. Self-ambition can be a deadly factor for any department or any agency, actually, for that matter. So for me, I take care of my men. And most importantly, all of us go take care of our community, because this is where we raise our families too. And we want the best for our community and our families. So my chief deputy, in case a couple of you may want to know. Anybody want to know who the second in command chief deputy is? Let me make sure I get my notes right. All right, this gentleman, I've respected him for years. Actually, he was in law enforcement probably way before I was ever in law enforcement. And I think I might have been in high school, but I knew him. I've respected him, and we all have known this gentleman for many, many years. He's born and raised in this area, well-respected family from the Henry County area, and 40 plus years in law enforcement. He started out his career back in the 80s, 70s, that's what I said, back in the 70s with Henry County. And in 70, I was in middle school. But anyway, he started out, and then this man has got the experience, he's got the knowledge, and I am honored to have both these men, but honored to have Dickie Bird to be my chief deputy. If everybody can see these two men right here, between those two men right there, you got almost 100 years of experience. From patrol, administration, vice, investigation. It's just I am honored, and I'm actually really humbled and honored to be up here to work alongside these men right here, because with the three of us, with the administration that we're putting together, the rest of the administration, and these are going to be other people that's still in the, I understand when I say Henry County Sheriff's Office is a wonderful sheriff's office. A lot of good men and women are still there. A lot of seasoned deputies that's still there, putting their heart and soul in there. They're right there at that break of retirement, and we all had to face that time. I just knew when my time was up and it was time for me to go. But there's a lot of men and women in there that I'm still going to look and going to be promoting up to the administration for our new administration that's going to take office come first of the year. And there's some other agencies around here that's employing people for a lot of experience. But it's my job as sheriff is to put the best men in positions for all of y'all, for our community. And that's my job to do it, and that's what I'm going to do. And I vow to you I will work hard my entire time. And I'm looking a year on down the road. I'm coming up to the end of this election, and I'm already thinking about 4 years from now. I hope I don't have to work this hard, but if I do, I will. But on my administration, we're going to make some changes for all of you and make community better for all of us. Thank y'all so very much. Sure. While they're coming up here, thank y'all so much again for coming out here. This is a dealings that I've been working on for a while. And again, both of these men's got my utmost respect.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. No, thank you. And we're gonna put some more administration in there. We can try it.
Charles, you talked me into it. First thing I want to thank John Cassell for giving me this opportunity. John and I go back long, long ways, and he is a really good friend. And I'm trying to adopt him as a brother, but he won't sign on that. But eventually I'm gonna get there. I want to thank John again for giving me this opportunity, and not only that, I guess people are wondering, why in the world would you come out of retirement? And which retirement is pretty good. But I feel strongly about what John is working on. We had a chance to go over his platform, what we want to do for the county, some of the improvements we want to make. My family personally lives in the county along with my cousins, my children, my grandchildren. So I owe it to my family, along with everybody else in Henry County, to do the best that we can for Henry County. I'm looking forward to it. Dickie and I, we go way back. Dickie's a whole lot older than I am, though. I used to come and watch Dickie try to play softball.
Yeah.
And then I actually played against Dickie, and I think I was a little bit better.
I could outrun you, though.
Okay, but I tell you what, I see it as an honor and a pleasure. I welcome the challenge to work with Dickie and John to try to do the best we can for Henry County. And also, I am tickled to death that, and talking to John, that we will be in a position to where we can work with other agencies as well. So it's not just going to be Henry County Sheriff's Department working on these cases. John and I talked about it, Dickie. We want to invite the state police. We want to invite the city of Martinsville. We want to invite DEA. We want to invite ATF and anybody else that want to help us, especially the community. There's a lot more that we can do if we have the community working with us. And we've talked about it and talked about it and talked about it. Our strongest resource to combat crime is the community. And we are going to depend on you all to help us to do better in the area of Martinsville and Henry County. So thank y'all.
Well, I was born and raised in Henry County. I was born in Collinsville, but I was raised down at Axton because my mom and dad run a store down there for over 50 years. And then I started out in '76 with the Henry County Sheriff's Office. And then in '79 I got hired by the state police, and I was with the state police for almost 38 years. And in the last month or so, John has talked me out of coming out of retirement. I never would have thought I would have came out of retirement because I enjoy getting up in the mornings and going fishing. And but he told me some of the people that was going to be coming on and helping him out in the administration, and like Marshall and some other people, and I got to thinking, and I thought maybe I could go ahead and come back and work a few more years and end my career with the sheriff's office where I started out at. And one of the things I want to do is get all the troopers. I trained nearly every trooper in Virginia in the last 20 years, and they're like, especially the ones at this area office here in Martinsville, they're just like my kids. But one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to have the sheriff's office deputies and the troopers getting along. They can say they get along, but they really don't. They don't work together. The things the sheriff's office does, state police has no idea what's going on, and I'm gonna have that changed.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
but I'm gonna enjoy it. I hope next 4 years, not being in retirement.
Thank you, Dick. Thank you. Well, just to clarify, we did have a couple conversations. It didn't take many, but yeah, I'm honored with both of these men. Thank you, Dickie. I appreciate everything.
You got it. You got it.